Reggae isn't just about the rhythm, it's about the bass line that grabs your chest and moves your soul. Behind every timeless track is a bass player who crafted the heartbeat of the song. In this video, we're looking at 17 reggae bass legends who didn't just play music, but shaped it. From the roots pioneers to the unsung studio assassins, these are the groove masters who built the foundation of Jamaican sound. This is Reggae Just Extra with Ras Dennis. Robbie Shakespeare. Robbie Shakespeare wasn't just a bassist, he was a game changer. As half of Sly and Robbie, he helped redefine reggae, dub, and dancehall with deep, thunderous bass lines. From Black Uhuru to Grace Jones, if it was a hit, Robbie likely played on it. Known as the Riddim Twins, he and Sly Dunbar formed reggae's most powerful rhythm section. Robbie passed in 2021, but his bass still shakes the world. Next is Aston Family Man Barnett. Family Man was the heartbeat of Bob Marley and the Wailers. As bassist and musical director, he shaped classics like Jamming and No Woman No Cry with deep, soulful grooves. More than a player, he was a visionary who anchored reggae's sound and inspired generations. Next is Errol Halt. Errol Halt is a roots reggae giant. As bassist for Roots Radix, he shaped the deep, heavy sound of late 70s and 80s reggae, backing icons like Gregory Isaacs and Barrington Levy. A bassist, producer, and arranger, Flabba's thunderous basslines still echo through dub, dancehall, and beyond. Fullwood is next in line. Fullwood's basslines have powered reggae classics for decades. As a founding member of Soul Syndicate, he backed legends like Peter Tosh, Burning Spear, and Jimmy Cliff with smooth, steady grooves. From Kingston to global stages, Fully remains a roots reggae foundation, full of soul, pride, and precision. Next is Lloyd Parks. Lloyd was a cornerstone of 1970s roots reggae, a master bassist, vocalist, and bandleader. He played for legends like Culture, Dennis Brown, and the Wailers, was part of Skin, Flesh and Bones, and later formed We the People Band. Known for his soulful bass lines and smooth vocals on tracks like Officially and Ordinary Man, Parks remains a true pillar of Jamaican music. Next is Ronald Stepper McQueen of Steel Pulse. Before the fame, Steel Pulse was a Birmingham roots band built on Ronald Stepper McQueen's deep, driving bass lines. A founding member, he shaped early anthems like Ku Klux Klan, giving the group's message a powerful foundation. Though he left in the 80s, his influence still echoes in their sound. Jackie Jackson. Jackie, legendary bassist for Toots and the Maytals, helped define the sound of ska and early reggae with grooves on classics like Pressure Drop and Monkey Man. As dynamic sounds go to bassist, he also backed stars like Paul Simon and Joe Cocker. Smooth, melodic, and unmistakably solid, Jackie's bass lines made him a true cornerstone of Jamaican music. Leroy Sibbles is a reggae pioneer, the voice of the Heptons and the bassist behind Studio One classics. From Book of Rules to Sadomasagana and Full Up, his grooves shaped roots reggae and influenced giants like Family Man Barnett. Still performing today, Sibbles remains a true architect of the genre. Derek Barnett is more than a bassist, he's a driving force in Jamaican music. As leader of the Sagittarius Band, he's backed legends like Dennis Brown, Barris Hammond, and Beanie Man. With sharp arrangements and powerful grooves, Barnett helped modernize live reggae for the digital age, a true bassline general. Tony Gad Robinson was the soulful bass behind SWAT's biggest hits, helping craft their smooth, crossover reggae sound on tracks like Don't Turn Around and Shine. As bassist and vocalist, he blended roots with R&B and pop, becoming the heartbeat of the band and a key force in UK reggae. Next is Donald Dennis. You may not know his face, but you felt his bass. Donald "Danny Bassy" Dennis, of the Firehouse Crew, laid the foundation for roots revival artists like Sizzla, Chronix, and Protégé. His steady, soulful bass lines ground the music with quiet power, letting the message shine while the rhythm holds strong. Val Douglas is a master bassist whose grooves have powered Jamaican music across genres and generations. From Studio One to the Scatolites, he's backed legends like Peter Tosh and Burning Spear with smooth, soulful bass lines that speak volumes. Versatile and deeply rooted, Val doesn't just play, he tells stories through his strings. Next is Chris Meredith. If you've heard roots reggae with a modern edge, chances are Chris Meredith was on bass. Known for his crisp tone and rock-solid timing, Chris has backed reggae legends like Ziggy Marley, Stephen Marley, Damian Marley, and Luciano, both in studio and on world tours. He was a key player in the Firehouse crew and helped shape the sound of the Roots revival era, where old-school consciousness met fresh production. His bass lines are clean, deep, and perfectly balanced, providing the foundation for powerful lyrics and timeless rhythms. Whether he's on stage or behind the scenes, Chris Meredith is one of reggae's most dependable groove makers. Danny Axeman Thompson may not be a household name, but his bass lines power hundreds of reggae hits. A cornerstone of Jamaican session work, Axeman laid down the bass lines for artists like Dennis Brown, Beres Hammond, Luciano, Sizzla, and Capleton, making him one of the most recorded bassists in reggae history. His sound, heavy, earthy, and mesmerizing, the kind of bass that moves your soul and rattles your speakers. As part of the legendary Firehouse crew, he helped carry the Roots tradition through the digital dancehall era and into the conscious reggae revival. He rarely steps into the spotlight, but among musicians and producers, Danny Axeman is a true heavyweight, a silent force who built the foundation of modern reggae. Next is Glenn Brown. When reggae legends need a bassist who can do it all, they call Glenn Brown. With a career spanning over 4 decades, Glenn has laid down the bass for icons like Jimmy Cliff, Ziggy Marley, Toots Hibbert, and Monty Alexander, effortlessly blending roots reggae, jazz, and Caribbean soul. His style is smooth but powerful, delivering melodic lines with a deep, steady groove that anchors every track. As a member of the Brown musical dynasty, alongside brothers Dalton and Noel Scully Brown, Glenn helped shape the DNA of Jamaican music across generations. Whether on stage at global festivals or in the studio crafting timeless rhythms, Glenn Brown's bass lines are a quiet masterclass in taste, timing, and tone. Next is Lloyd Brevette. Before reggae, there was ska, and Lloyd Brevette was its heartbeat. As a founding member of the Scatolites, Brevette helped lay the foundation for all Jamaican music that followed, from rocksteady to reggae and beyond. His upright bass work was bold and rhythmic, driving the early ska beat with a jazz-influenced swing that kept feet moving and spirits high. Brevette wasn't just a musician, he was a pioneer. A sonic architect who helped build the very language of Jamaican music. Last but not least, Boris Gardner. He's known for his smooth voice, but before the singing came the bass, and Boris Gardner mastered both. As one of Jamaica's top session bassists in the 60s and 70s, Boris laid down grooves for Studio One, Treasure Isle, and Lee Scratch Perry, backing artists like the Wailers, Ken Booth, and Dennis Brown. But he stepped into the spotlight with his timeless hit, I Want to Wake Up With You, a chart topper in the UK that proved his talent went far beyond the bass guitar. Boris's playing is clean, melodic, and deeply soulful, whether he's backing a roots classic or leading a lover's rock anthem. That's it for this episode, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and leave a positive comment in the section below, and I'll see you again very soon for another interesting video.